Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Moxie Podcast. I'm Sonia, and I have Sarah here with me, my co host. And we are a cerebral palsy podcast that wants to have a very open discussion about CP, covering everything about it, the challenges, the good, the funny, everything. And I'm sorry about my voice because I'm like recovering from being sick, so it feels like sandpaper and it literally sounds like a clogged toilet. But
No, I like it.
anyway, Sarah's gonna introduce this episode.
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in again. We are so happy you're here for us.
Yes, thank
Today's
you.
episode is gonna be all about why we started this podcast, the meaning of the word thing, what we want to achieve for the podcast, what we see in the future, and we want to start with kind of where it started for us, the inspiration, all that. Do you want to start, Sonia, or do you want me to?
You can go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, about a year ago, I was kind of having this moment where, like, I was a new mom. I kind of felt like I wasn't doing enough in life, and I know I am, but there was something missing, like a void almost. And I had been listening to a ton of podcasts, mainly about like Harry Potter books and The
I love
Witcher,
that. Wait, what house are you?
Ravenclaw.
Okay,
I,
smarty.
I wish I was a Gryffindor, but
Right,
I'm
that's the
not.
coolest for sure.
So I was getting all this inspiration from these really good podcasts. They were well thought out. The people who hosted were really well read, and I just loved everything about it. And
Hmm.
then I was kind of searching for cerebral palsy podcasts myself, and I came across a lot of medical type stuff, but I didn't find any like comedy or any type of real life CP, where I am in life, how am I doing, stuff like that. So I posted a video on Reddit. It was super impromptu. I was super nervous. I really didn't want to post it, but I felt like, I don't know, it felt like liberated almost. So I
Yeah,
posted it, and I got this amazing response.
as you
And
should.
I gotta send it to you because it was so beautiful.
Oh my God,
Um,
I really want to see it. That's so cool. I remember
I
you talking to me about it, but I've not seen the clip.
Yeah, it was literally a year ago. I just looked it up for this video, and one of the comments was, "Me and my husband are watching this with our 4-year-old daughter
Oh,
who has CP, and
oh,
she loved hearing you, and she loves seeing that this girl has her own daughter, and she's talking about CP, and she's strong enough to be her bravest and put this out there." And it
oh,
touched my heart
that's the sweetest
completely.
thing ever. That's how you know what you're doing is worth it.
It is so worth it, and that's why I can do this right now, because
Mhm.
I know I'm being brave for myself and my daughter, and
Yeah,
it gives me that oomph to keep going. And
yeah.
so I posted it about a year ago, and the it kind of fizzled out because I kept trying to find a host, because I felt like I couldn't talk that long just by
An
myself.
hour's whatever by yourself is like just
It's
having a
too
conversation by yourself
long.
that long is
Yeah.
insane.
And I feel like I would go on rambits and
Like
all this
side
stuff.
tangents. Oh
Yes,
my God, me
of
too. I
course.
can't stay on topic. Always so many
No.
side quests.
Mm. Like right now. But
True. My bad.
It's okay. But so I kind of kept searching. I made a list, a notebook actually. I made different topics. I jot down certain ideas I'd want to do for the podcast.
Yeah.
And eventually I bought a mic, like a podcast mic, because I
Mhm.
thought, well, hell, let's do something significant. Like, you keep talking about this, you need to be about it, you know? So I
Right.
bought this mic and I posted that picture on Reddit again. And I said, one step closer, guys, you know? And then it just so happened that Carson, our old co host, commented, like, are you serious? And I was like, oh yeah, I am. I'm having trouble finding a partner to do it with.
Mhm.
And we had talked for a couple weeks, and then I got introduced to Sonia here.
Yes.
And we really got the ball rolling because
Yes.
Sonia
Full
is
motion.
she is a go-getter, and she
You too.
didn't,
I love it. Reaching for the stars.
well, I felt like I'm a go-getter because of you. Like, you're
That's how I feel too. Like you motivate me. Like I feel like if I was doing this by myself, I'd be like still try, but it's like you.
You motivate me totally.
Okay, thank you. That's
Okay,
so sweet.
that's great.
I guess we
It's,
motivate each other.
yes, and that's why we're here today, because
Yeah.
we don't want to stop, and that's really
No.
how this podcast started for me.
Yeah. Well, for me, I guess it's a little different. So, I love how you like had this like idea for so long. For me, like I never had really thought of a podcast. I had always wanted to do something like with my CP. I thought I have this. I've been able to make a great life out of this. I know what it's like when you just hate it so much and like are questioning why it happened to you. And I just felt like I had so much to say and I felt like I could help people relate to people. And I really wanted to do something with CP, but I wasn't really sure like through what means or whatever. And so I just kind of like put that like on the back burner. I just got more involved with school, this, that, hanging out with my friends, and but I still like lingered and I didn't know how to go about it basically. And then randomly, like on the CP, um, what is it called? Subreddit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really check it very regularly, but I happened to, and that's when I saw Carson's post where he's like he wanted to do like a passion project with CP, and I know I saw that it got a lot of hate, which was so weird to me. I'm like I didn't, yeah, that made no sense. But I commented on it like, hey, I'd be interested. Do you have any ideas or whatever? I didn't know you at this point, right?
Right.
And I didn't expect him to really answer or whatever. And then I think he DM'd me, or I don't know if it was a normal comment, but somehow we started DMing. We started
Mm-hmm.
sharing more personal stuff, our experiences about CP. And then he told me like how he knew this other woman and was interested and then we got connected, which I love. And to me like the podcast like it I've always had like a problem finding something I'm truly passionate about. Like I've had hobbies, but I get bored so quickly. Like I've gone through like so many things like phases, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And but I never gave me like fully fulfillment where I felt like impactful or like that it was like meaningful, and I finally feel like I'm getting this from the podcast. So yeah.
That's beautiful. It's also it shows me like, yeah, you may get bored of hobbies, but hobbies that engage you and you kind of have to work at constantly, those are the type of things you like to, right? You can't
Right.
just sit there and, you know, do those gem projects. You need something more substantial.
Right, something that challenges you and you
Yes,
can really
challenges
see
you.
progress and the reward. And for me, I like something that's impactful. And I felt like my hobbies in the past were more like for myself, and which was nice. I guess it gave me some validation, but
Mm-hmm.
I've always just been like a people person, and so it just, like I said, it didn't fully fulfill me.
Yes. I feel I'm a people person too, and I'm
Yes,
very empathetic,
I love
but
that.
sometimes people, they can't translate it that way because they don't see me for who I am. So that's
That's so
frustrating in
sad.
itself,
Wait, is
you
it
know?
because of your speech or like?
I think so. I think so.
Because I can
Personally.
relate to that really, because like I feel like people will see the way I walk or whatever, and immediately that distorts their complete view of me, and I feel like somehow I'm not like taking it as seriously, or they won't give me a chance or like trust me with like they're not actually people do, but it's like some people I know, like I guess they don't think I have like the capacity like understand, or like I like be
Mm,
empathetic and like fully like understand their
right. I
situation.
feel like they think they see this flaw and we become unrelatable. Like there's nothing
Yes,
relatable they can have with us, you know. I know I
right.
said that word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean it's
Um,
not true, but I get that. It's like they just it's like almost like we're a different species that they're like, okay, you're not gonna understand this, or
right. You don't get these common things that I go through every day.
which
Um,
I feel is so far from the truth, because like we have CP, and I feel like that makes at least me, and I feel like most people like feel things on a deeper level, even like common struggles or like able body struggles, like we can deal with those too, and it's not like we can't relate to them. In fact, I feel like it makes us more empathetic because we've had to deal with more adversities.
totally, completely agree. Um, So I kind of want to get into why I decided to go the podcast route. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's a huge boom of influencers right now, I guess. And
Yes.
although most of them make me sick to my stomach, I
Oh
felt
my
like
God, yes, literally.
I felt like there had to be a real one out there for us, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
not that I want to be an influencer or anything. I'm just saying I want my voice heard as much as anyone else. And
Everyone wants to be seen, yeah.
yes, and please. Okay, hold on. And on top of that, I've been so self-conscious of my voice my entire life, and I thought, what a great avenue to stretch out and like get more courageous, get more brave. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe, yes, I'm sure people are gonna find this and make fun of that and
As with
do
any,
all types of terrible things. But at least I put that foot forward and said, you know what? I'm meant to be here. I can be here. I'm worth it. You're
yeah,
worth
you're very
it.
deserving.
And I think my voice will travel. Even and not in terms of like loudness. I mean, maybe this sparks something and someone sees it and they're like, okay, she can get through this, so can I. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
I love that. And I feel like people with CP, there are speech impediments that do happen. And so, like those with CP who stumble across this, they will really be able to connect with you, and that will make them feel less alone. And again, like how you said, since you're doing this and you're doing great in life, that will motivate them.
I'm not doing great, but I'm trying.
Oh, I'm
I'm doing
sorry.
my best. But also I really like the format of a podcast. I like that you can listen on the go, you know. I like that you can wash dishes and listen to stories. I like that you don't have to sit and watch, but if you do watch, you can still see us. We, see our character and everything. And, uh, yeah, that's why I thought a podcast would be perfect for
No, I
me.
love that. I think a podcast is really effective because it's not short form content like TikTok shorts, whatever, reels.
Exactly.
It's like it gives you time to really like expand on your experiences or whatever it is that you want to share. And it, I feel like, yeah, exactly. So you can share more than you could, and the viewers and everyone just gets more of an inside scoop of who
Mm-hmm.
you are, and it gives you a chance to be a little more authentic.
Mm-hmm.
And like how you said, it's so convenient that literally you can like if you want a visual representation, it's there. But
Mm-hmm.
if you want to multitask, you can just listen and then you get it's just as effective. The content isn't any less if you're just listening. So I really do love that.
And can I just say, like, Sonia and I have never met. We're from two different, states.
Mm-hmm.
We never physically met online.
No, I know I
And
want to.
I know, me too. I love it. And so my point is, the only time we've talked is like through meetings and through these episodes. And I feel like I really know you as a person. I might not know aspects of your life, but I really have gotten to know who you are as a person, like morality and like just deeper stuff than I could have ever imagined. And that's because we've been talking an hour or so, or maybe more, throughout our meetings and recordings. And it's like in my face, like this whole podcast, like you said about form, right?
Mm-hmm.
You only get bits and pieces. You don't get the whole story. And with
Yeah,
this, you get the whole story. You get to really know who we are and what
yeah.
we want.
No, I love that. And I love how you were saying exactly, we've never met. We've only met virtually, and I still feel like we have such like a tight connection, such like a precious bond that like even when you meet someone in person, like it sometimes is so surface level and like people that I've known longer than you, it's like I know them, but I don't know them like on a deeper level. Like with you, I feel like even like off camera and stuff, like we like have such good like conversations and I just feel like I can relate to you on so many levels. So I love how we have this together, but it's also like a friendship outside of this because we have this big project together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I told my mom about you.
Oh, that's so
I said she
she
had the
say.
sweetest thing. Uh, oh my god, I couldn't hold back.
No, I love that. Wait, what did she say?
She was just wanting to know more about you, more about the podcast and all that.
Wait, did she watch it?
I don't think so. I told her all about it, but I don't think
Mm-hmm.
she watched it yet. She's
Right. I mean,
so
yeah, it's a
busy
lot to
though.
watch.
I don't blame her.
No, yeah, that makes sense. But that's so sweet of you. I literally love you so much. I'm
Oh, I
actually like
love you
now that we
too.
met, like it's so weird. Even though we've only known each other for like a few months, like I couldn't imagine having not met you or like talking to you pretty much daily.
I know, isn't that crazy? And it's just
Right.
like a couple months, you know. Let's go into the meaning of Moxie, because I think that's super important.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Do you want to explain or do you want me to explain it?
sure. So we were having trouble coming up with a name. We want something short and sweet, kind of. And I know this is gonna make me sound super old, but I remember in the Mary Tyler Moore show.
Never even heard of it.
It's from like the 60s, I think. And
Wow.
yeah, she was like a reporter, and she's like the first woman in the office. I'm sure I'm getting this wrong, but kind of. And then her boss goes to her, Moxie, you got Moxie. I hate Moxie, and I just love that line. And it like I Moxie means like demonstrates force of character, determination, and nerve. And I really think it's kind of a strong word for something so important to us. And I think it demonstrates what we're trying to put out into the CP world for sure.
Yeah, I feel like it really just embodies like our whole goal, or like even just living with CP. You definitely do have to be determination because all these daily challenges present themselves, and it takes a lot to continue going, and even more to have a positive mindset about that. That is just a lot of work, and then also you need to have nerve because you have to not be scared to like stand up for yourself or do things and be okay with like maybe if you get rejected or whatever, and you
Mm-hmm.
have to have nerve to keep just going in general. So I really, it does, I feel like it just resonates with living with CP and just lit this whole podcast as a whole.
I agree. And someone else had the Moxie podcast. That's why we are the Moxie Pod.
God, yes, I was like, yeah, we were trying to like set up the you was I think it was Gmail. We were trying to
Hmm.
set up the
Yeah.
Gmail, and it like I was putting in the Moxie podcast, and it's like Gmail already changed.
Already
And then
again.
I asked you what to do, and you're like, start to the Moxie Pod, and I'm like, that's like actually cuter. Like it's so like Moxie Pod looks so cute, short and
It
sweet.
does look cute.
I love it.
I love it too. And also it just came to me also because I was like getting stressed out. I'm like, what should we name this? I don't
Yeah,
want it
that
to
was so
be too
stressful.
long. You know, the whole, I guess starting up a podcast, you think it's gonna be so easy, but
Right, like, oh, just sit in front of a camera, talk, and you're
yeah.
done. Not really.
And so Sonia does like all her editing because it's so tedious for me,
Hmm.
and she's the best. I just want to give her
Thank
praises
you.
because she is awesome. But yeah, you think starting a podcast is easy and it's gonna be so chill, but it's kind of it's a good stressful, but it is stressful, right? Sometimes when we talk, it's fun, but like figuring out what we're gonna talk about,
That's so
setting up the
stressful.
notes and trying to get in touch with everyone, make sure we're on the same page and whatnot. I it can be a lot,
Yeah, I
especially like for us. We don't even know each other, right? We're kind of just starting to get to know each other. Like
yeah, which is
I
so
just got your
crazy.
number, and we're just talking the next day. It's kind of like
It's all happened so fast, right? And like it's crazy that we've never met, like going back to
yeah.
earlier. But at the same time, like I feel like compared to in-person relationships that I've had,
Mhm.
it takes I'm not a very trusting person. It takes me really a long time to get close to someone.
Mhm.
It's like to just share like intimate information or whatever, but like I don't know with you, I think because we just have the same disability and stuff that I felt
Mhm.
like it's more easier to be vulnerable. So even though we didn't have that in person um interaction, I felt like it was okay. But I would, yeah, it's definitely like there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. It's like it's not just sitting in front of a camera. A lot of planning goes into it because we want to make sure that makes sense, it flows, that we're actually putting out good content and not just
Yeah.
posting for the sake of content, and Sarah is so good about that, about making sure that it's so nicely planned, keeping everything on track, so good at responding. I love it. And
Oh,
I
thank
just
you.
feel like even though like we're still getting to know each other, like I feel like at least you're like really good at responding and you're really reliable, so that definitely makes it easier for me at least.
Yeah. I will say this. If you want to start a podcast, I would say probably don't go about it the way we did.
Yeah, it was
Probably
very like
find someone,
non-traditional.
yeah, probably find someone you really feel safe with and you
Mm-hmm.
trust and
Yeah, that's
you
so
can
important.
find to commit. I think,
So
you know,
important.
yeah, saying you want to start a podcast is great, yeah. But
Anybody can say that.
committing to it is a whole different thing.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Yeah, so what do we want to achieve for the podcast? I know there's a lot of things, but we'll just kind of roll them out as we
Mm-hmm.
go. Um, for one, I want to create a closer CP community. I
Yeah.
think that's very important because when I was younger, I wanted to stay far away from anyone that was different than me. And I
Mm-hmm.
really don't know why that was my thought. I guess I was so into what people thought of me that I wasn't willing to reach out and extend a hand, like I am now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I really want to change that narrative. When kids grow up, you don't have to be scared of people with disabilities. All you gotta do is ask, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I know that's a big cliche, but I think it's true.
Right, I feel like it's good to be curious, and obviously seeing someone with a disability, it's different than what you're accustomed to, and you should ask, but it's more better, that's such bad grammar, but it's
That's
better
a
than just staring,
we
and
work
that's like
out.
to me a little rude. It's like I would rather have someone ask me, and I could talk about it. That's fine. And there's always like a right way to ask, right? Too. So I would
Yeah.
just say like be like very mindful of like your wording choice because you're curious, that's okay. There's no malicious intent there, but yeah, so just I don't know.
Yeah, and I know kids are very blunt.
Yeah, they
You just
definitely are.
gotta work with that. They
Right,
don't
and it's
know.
new to them.
And also, some other thing that I want to achieve is to create communication from listeners to us. I feel
Yeah.
like right now it's just me talking to you, and although I love doing this, I would love more communication, and more guests to come on, cause I know like I'm just a mom. I have a degree, but I don't have like a job, and I know there's tons of people with CP with
Wide scope
very
for
cool job,
yeah.
cool circumstances, maybe bad circumstances. I
Which
want to
I we
hear
want
it
to talk
all.
about it all, so like that would
Right.
be good.
I want to
No
hear
matter
it
who you
all.
are,
I want
you're
to be
welcome.
there. I want to be your ear. I want to just know what's going on. And I
Right, your
want
whole
to
life experience.
also, we have this platform, right? You want to
Hmm.
share something, you want to get it out there. I want to we want to do that for
Yeah,
you.
we want to help you with that because we feel like
Yeah.
everyone deserves to be heard, and it's like everyone has something valuable to say, so we'd love to help elevate that.
And I know I'm sorry, people with CP do a lot of writing and a lot of artwork, and we want to share it. Potentially, if we
Yeah,
want maybe start maybe some. I'm not good with this, but like some type of website or even on our Instagram, we can share stuff with our followers just so that people who listen feel like they're part of this
right.
experience.
Yeah, I agree with that because like there's a lot of influencers, not saying that we're influencers or whatever, but like
Yeah.
where it's like just the communication goes one way, just goes to the
Mm-hmm.
audience, the fans, whatever, the viewers, whatever you want to call them. And it's like they're not very reachable, and it's like they say they appreciate like their viewers or whatever. Maybe they do, but it's like there's no personal connection. And like how Sarah was saying, I really want it to feel more like we're equals, like not that you like we're on like a pedestal or whatever, we're like, you know what I mean, like how it is normally with social media. But so I really do, yeah, like I even like, and our DMs are open if you're going through like a hard time or whatever, even, and you don't want that publicized or whatever, like, and you just want to keep it private, and you just need like a listening ear if you don't have like a support system or a judgment free zone or whatever, like we're always there, like I promise that. And so yeah, I just really want this to be like a two-way street. Like feel free to ask us like any questions, or like we like I was saying, I so everyone comes from different backgrounds, so I too would love to have guests on this. We just want to create like as open as a channel as possible. We don't want it to be like a one-way communication by any means. And then also, another thing that I had wanted to achieve with this podcast is very similar to what Sarah had said like first. Is like when I was younger, I kind of like, how do I say it? Like not neglected my disability in a way, or like refused to acknowledge or like accept it because as I thought like, oh, like if it's not there, no one's gonna notice, it doesn't exist, which obviously is not true. But as a kid, I wanted to be normal so bad. So I feel like for younger people, if we can reach them, we can help like change that mindset. And then as I grew older into my like late teens years, I started accepting more, and I felt like it started like to really like impact my life more, in a sense that like I realized there are some more things that I couldn't do, but obviously there's still so much that I can do, which I am grateful for. And so I was trying to look up like people with CP that had like a platform, and their like success stories, or just not even just success stories, just living with it, just something that I could relate to. Because like I didn't really have friends with CP where like someone could like fully understand what I'm going through. Like I know they would be there for me and they would listen, but since they're not going through it, you that's just something that you cannot understand on the same level. But it was really hard for me to find that. Like there's some channels, but I feel like there's, and like how Sarah's saying, a lot of it's focused on like the medical side, the research side, but that's, which is great. I feel that's great because then people can get resources that they may not have known exist, but it's like it's kind of impersonal, and it, but I feel like I wanted something more personal that I felt like a connection to, that someone actually understood me. And so with this, I just want to help people feel less alone and provide something that I wish that I had when I was younger.
Amen. Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's almost like we get a sense of normalcy when we're together. That the
Yeah, that's the right
CP
way to put it.
is now okay. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we're okay being who we are because we feel normal to each other. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
no, that
Yeah.
makes, that was, I never thought of it that way or put it that way, but the second you said that, I'm like, that fully 1001% um resonates with me, because like
Yeah.
when you're in like the general public or whatever, like with your
Mm-hmm.
friends or out and about, it's
Mm-hmm.
like it almost feels like abnormal in a way. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's like you feel a little different. And like with you, it's like since we're both like this, like it's the new normalcy, like you said, it just feels right, feels like for
It
once
feels
it's not like a
safe.
minority.
Yeah, it's like a safety thing. I feel safe,
Yes.
you know? Yeah,
No,
we're
I
getting deep.
that's so true.
Getting deep. Okay.
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
whatever.
I guess that's good though.
It
Dig
is.
deep.
I love it. What else do we want to achieve with the podcast? Besides what we talked about, I think we would love to see it grow,
Yeah, obviously, I would
obviously,
really
yeah.
hope that. Like, please, please, please share it with anybody.
Yes. And we want people, all different kind of people and all different
Mm-hmm.
kind of disabilities to see it. I know
Right, not just
CP,
CP.
yeah, CP is such a wide range, right? And
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of other stuff that goes with CP. And
Yeah,
I
that's
know,
true. Like, I have epilepsy.
right.
And I
And
feel like even in general, it's like the stuff that we're saying, it's like I feel like a lot of people with disabilities could relate to. Yeah, our experiences kind of focus on CP, but in terms it's like I feel like it could relate to like any like physical disability that you have or even cognitive because of just the
mhm,
feeling of like isolation or whatever.
yeah. Also, I don't think we bring it up a lot, and it's a big topic I know people want to cover, but it's depression. And it's hard to talk about,
It's so
but if we have people on here who want to discuss it further, we would really like that because I know there's a huge uh, problem in society with mental health, and
yeah, especially me.
talking about it is the first step. No, we're not medical, people,
Yeah,
of
disclaimer
course
not
not.
like, but just not sure. Yeah,
But
but like
if
just talking
you,
about experiences. Yeah.
because I
No,
know me and Sonia both dealt with depression in
yeah.
different ways and to different extent, so that's
hmm
another big thing I'd love to cover.
No, I would love to cover because it's there's like you said, there's such a
Ouch!
stigma around it, and
Look
nobody
at
wants to
my
talk about it
hair.
because you get like
Ouch.
shamed on upon it because no one can physically see it, even if it's mentally tormenting to you and it's like a mental bruise, but it's like, and it's just so hard to talk about it because sometimes you think like, oh my God, I'm crazy for feeling this way or whatever, or you're just not, or you think you're not going to get the validation that you want, and in fact, you're just going to get, I can't think of the word, not hate, but like just
You're
be completely
gonna
like
be thought
misunderstood.
of as kind of weak or,
Yeah, belittled
less,
almost.
yeah, older, yeah, I get that, totally.
Right, and I get that. That's why I have like a really hard time like talking about it, mainly with like
Right.
more people more in my personal life. But I've like kind of made side notes to it in some of our episodes. I've gone through pretty insane, rough mental health shit. So I would
hmm
definitely be open to talking about it soon.
So have I, and I acted out in, not the best way. So
Right,
although
it's just
it
hard to
will
know how to
be,
cope with it properly.
yeah, although I will talk about it, it's something that we need more support with,
Yeah,
like
I don't know if I'm
someone to
ready yet.
come. And I hate to put that on anyone, so only if you're open to do it, of course. But yeah, you're needed. Like, you who are watching are needed.
Right,
And
even if it doesn't feel like it, you really are. Everyone has their purpose. There are people who love you even at times when it may seem that they're not, and you do bring value. You're not a waste of space. You are good at
no.
things.
And so, what do we see for the future? That's a great question.
hmm
Um, as far as how long we want to do this, me and Sonia have talked at length about this, and
Yes.
we really want to continue as long as we can.
Yeah,
You
I would.
know,
Oh, go ahead.
no, maybe not every single week. I mean, life happens, right?
hmm
But we do want to be, um, what's pretty structured in what we
Consistent.
do,
Yeah.
and consistent. You had it. And we have no plans to stop as of now. So
Yeah. There is
first
no
thing.
expiration date whatsoever. I feel like I would love to look back at this a decade from now, or maybe I don't know if that's too extreme, but to just see like the growth and just to like document our experiences and to see like what change we've created and all the people that we've been able to connect with. It's something that I really truly care about, and it's really like just pure passion, hard work. And so, like Sarah said, like I'm like in this till the end. It's not something that I foresee ending anytime soon. Like no matter, I've obviously life throws stuff at you, but this will I feel like be always a priority to me and something that I maybe will get busy with stuff and things, but like something that will I'll still prioritize and still I feel like make time for and not let even if like our goal is to post once a week and but maybe at some points that might not be possible, but it will still like always be near and dear to me, and I'm sure Sarah as well. And yeah, just something to always continue and to grow and get better at.
Yes. And as for other things, again, I think I kind of already said this, sorry, but more communication with the community,
Yes.
more sharing, more posting on Instagram and all that,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get the word out. And
Mm-hmm.
you guys, if you know someone who would like this, please sh- give it, share it with them.
Yes, we would
Rather,
really appreciate it.
yes, and yeah, I mean, there's more stuff, but honestly, that's big picture, so I don't really know how far to project, you know what I'm saying?
Right, because it's the future's uncertain. You can think that you have it like planned out or whatever, but things just happen. But yeah, generally speaking, I do agree with that. I there's definitely a wide scope of topics that we're yet to cover, and I'm
Right,
very excited to talk about that. And we really want to make this like personalized to you guys, and so like we want to make sure that what we're putting out is beneficial and of use, and so we want to like so like what do you guys want to see? Like our goal is
right,
to make something that is effective for everyone.
yeah. Um, and that kind of wraps that up, but I wanted to ask you, me and Sonia were talking earlier this week, she had the interview, and I want to know how it went.
Um, it was pretty good. It's not really far, so that's good because I can't drive because of my vision. It's very walkable. It was a group interview, so basically, um, we got in, we sat there, and there was like there on we had everyone had like a piece of paper and there's like a task list of things that may come up on the job and like some stuff in your personal life and they wanted you to rank those 1 through 10 on your own and then after a couple minutes you would discuss it as a group and with the same amount of tasks and how you would rank them and then so that was pretty much the whole interview. I guess I wanted to see how well you work with people and I felt like I did pretty good. I'm a pretty easy-going person that's pretty adaptable, can be the leader, I can be a listener, I don't know, I like working in groups for the most part. So that was pretty good. I just worry that they obviously saw me walk in and then walk to the room and I'm scared that um I hope that's not a deterring factor. I mean, it's not very physically like inclined job by any means. I mean, there's like lifting packages and stuff, and I guess that's one of the key components of it, but also it's like answering phone calls, like giving tours and stuff, which I can do, but I definitely and they were kids who were doing the interview, like maybe a couple of years older than me. And so I definitely did see them look twice, so I'm really scared about that. And now I don't mean to get like political or anything, but what current event going on in America. Officially, DEI is gone because of Trump, and I've heard that the equal Opportunity Act for employment is at risk. Luckily, there are checks and balances, so I think that should be okay. But the fact that DEI is gone and I'm a disabled minority woman is really scary to me because now I feel like that's gonna make employment 10 times harder because DEI is diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so like now there's nothing stopping someone from not hiring you because of the way you walk or your race or like whatever. You know what I
Mm,
mean?
okay. Um, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it's really sad. And I'm scared that it's only gonna get worse. More rights or regulations are gonna get
Um,
taken away, making it really hard for underrepresented groups.
were you nervous at all during the interview?
Um I was I was really nervous before waiting for the anticipation for them to bring us back, and during it it's so bad when I'm nervous, like my hands sweat and I don't know how
Mm,
to stop it, and I felt that. I'm like, luckily we didn't have to shake their hands or anything, but yeah, that just
mm-hmm.
as we started talking, I like didn't really like once we got to the group work. I mean, it was pretty chill, so I wasn't really
And
nervous after that, but
was everyone professional?
the couple kids were not. One kid came in pretty late. I mean, the people used appropriate language and stuff, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean, some people just ask questions where I'm like, oh, okay. But it was a nice group of kids though. We all like stayed after for like an hour and talked and exchanged like Instagram. So it was really nice though.
Nice.
How do you have anything like this week that you want to share? Oh, what were you gonna say?
Nothing. I just think, I'm glad it went well for you though.
Thank
Like, even
you.
though you were nervous. Because when
Yeah,
I get nervous, I, like, cannot function.
that's normally
I'm
how
like,
I am. Like your
uh,
body freezes, your brain just stops braining. Oh my God. Like, and
yeah,
then the
and
physical symptoms are so bad.
so wrong again. And then, yeah, I just feel like I can't function.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I get that. It's like sometimes like when I'm so nervous, like I can barely walk and it feels like my knees are gonna buckle and that I'm gonna like
yeah,
fall. It's
totally.
so bad. Wait, did you have anything like this week that like
I'm
happened?
thinking, well, I'm going on vacation with my family,
Yes, I
and
need all the pictures and you're gonna have to tell us about it after.
I will.
Oh, maybe we could talk about traveling with CP.
Yeah, we can do that. I know it's never easy at the
It's not.
airport.
It's still fun, but
So,
yeah, there's definitely
yeah,
challenges.
it takes like a whole day to get wherever you need to go. So it's always like when you get to where you want to be, it's like you
Right,
pass
it's like
out.
you're wiped and it's a
But yeah, I'm so excited. We're going to Los Cabos, Mexico.
the best.
And yeah, I'm so excited. Me, my fiance, and my daughter were going for 7 days. So it should
I
be
fully.
relaxing and fun. They hope I get tan.
Yeah, you
And yeah,
will. It's gonna be so sunny there. Oh my God. And
I
I've heard
hope
that you
so.
get tanner in the water, so go in the water.
I will. I'll be in the pool. Even though I can't swim.
Hey,
I'll just
like
yell.
most pools and like resorts are very shallow, with the
Yeah, they
deepest being
are.
5 foot. But I guess oh yeah, you're 5 foot, so maybe you just don't go to the
Yeah.
deep end. But
I'll be like, help me. Help
help
me.
me, this water's as tall as me.
And
No,
what
but yeah,
else?
you can just like paddle around. I'm sure
Yeah.
Addie will love it too. That sounds.
Oh my god, she loves the water.
Can
And
she swim?
um no, but she will jump in there like no help, no hold bars with no floaty, and she'll
Uh-oh, that's
I'm
so
like,
cute though.
wait.
Maybe she might need a floaty.
Yeah. And what else? I'm trying to think of something else. I feel like something else good has happened this week. Oh my god, sorry.
No, it's so sometimes the days just blur together and you're like, what did I even do yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, and it's just been stressful packing everyone's
That's
stuff,
so much
making
work.
sure I have everything,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's it's been my week so far.
Right. I mean, packing for 3 people is a lot.
Yeah,
That's
hopefully fiance can do his own thing. I'm not
hopefully, yeah,
doing.
you just pack for you and
I'm
Addie.
not doing that.
Having to pack for your fiance would be a lot. Are you, wait, so when you say you're almost done packing?
So yeah, so I've been going through all my like summer clothes stuff, and I have to
Mm.
wash them, and I gotta fold them, and I have to put Addie's stuff in this pile, my stuff in this pile, and then I have to actually say, okay, what am I gonna take now? What do I actually need?
Right, you don't want
So
to overpack.
right.
That's not good.
So I'm in that process now, deciding, okay, what goes and what stays.
Right, it's literally like in, out. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Because I'm so indecisive. It's like I want to bring everything. I want to have all the outfits that are so cute, but it's like, wait, you're doing everything in carry-ons, you said, right?
Oh no, I decided that that was
Too much.
impractical and
Yeah,
never
for a
gonna
week I was like,
happen.
how are you gonna do all carry-ons? Yeah, that's good. You're not. I think that would have been Mission Impossible.
Okay, guys, I think that's it for today. And we want you to know we want to be a voice for the CP community, offering our experiences, insight, and advice. We want to help anyone feeling alone. We want to help build people up. And we want to shed some light on those that don't have CP. We strive to create an engaging environment, directly answering questions from you. Um, we would love to hear from you guys, and we are welcome to help. We want to welcome any guest that wants to be on an episode. You can reach us via email, YouTube, Instagram, and Spotify, and you can find me on the CP Discord, and I'll put the link below. Thank you for listening, and we hope you have a great day.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys.